So my name is Puahi Chun. I reside on the island of Kauai in Wailua, and then I've been learning about plants from when I was young. This plants, nature, understanding. My family wasn't really into the culture, but I was. Yeah, so I took it on myself and started learning, just looking at plants, trying to learn the names, and then eventually I found out, you get uses for that. What is this, yeah? And then I would come across kupuna and they would share. And I was enrolled in, like programs, Hawaiian programs, yeah? So I was taking it in and we used to go on field trips, and it's just a fascination from a young kid time, yeah? So understanding that, yeah, traditionally, they would take you in between 5, maybe 8 years old at the oldest, yeah? During that time, yeah, is when you open most spiritually, when you're born till about 8 years old. And then from there, then you trust into the hale mua, yeah? But at that time, they would take you, yeah? So when you're born with this thing on your head called a manava, yeah? You know, that fontanelle. So when you look at that, you hold your son, your daughter, you look at that, you look at the beautiful face, and on the top, there's this piece of soft spot that just, reverberates with life, yeah? Well, that is the connection to Akua. So the practice was to keep that open as long as possible. So they would use herbs such as popolo, maybe laukahi, to keep it open for hopefully at least a year and a half, so that the connection is never lost, yeah? So in other words, it's fulfilled most of the time through kiakoa. Well, eventually you know that thing actually closes off, yeah? Your heart is off and turns to, covers the whole brain. But that connection really is just always there, yeah? But it's understanding that we need to open these connections, and in the Hawaiian term, it's piko, yeah? So I talked about some of the piko yesterday. And you guys understand about the piko? We consider 3 pikos, yeah? One is our manava, our fontanelle, the soft spot, whatever you call them, yeah? And that is our connection to kiakua, yeah? The second piko is this piko we have here, yeah, that we consider being a connection to your makua, yeah? So, and the way I like to explain it is, if you have this connection, yeah, this umbilicus that connects to your mom, and that is severed, yeah? That's the physical part. But we hear stories of people who unfortunately is amputated or lost a leg or something, and they have this thing that is still there, yeah? It's a ghost. And they can feel it, some people say they can still see their hand, yeah? Well, that's the same thing with your umbilicus, and it's there, yeah? And some people call them ʻaka cords, although that's not a Hawaiian term. Yeah, that's really not a Hawaiian term, but I know for a fact that these things exist. Yeah, and it's simple to define because, like I was explaining in yesterday's classes, you may go to, I don't know, Costco, walk into Costco, and you think about, you think about brother over here. You turn the corner, he's looking at you. It's like, hey, I was just thinking of you, or, it's like you think of somebody in your phone call. You go, hey, the guy's calling. You go, hello, I never heard from you for a year and a half. Why? Why you call? And it's just something that is not explainable, yeah? But for these things is honestly, it's our connection to each other, yeah? Through our makua, and then through everybody else, yeah? And this connection just goes. Like I see it as the physical part being the umbilical cord, yeah? And it's really about genealogy. And then spiritually, I see it as silver threads, okay? If you can understand that. And then the last piko, yeah, your ma'i, is simple. It's physical. Yeah, it's something that you put inside. 9 months later, you get one kid. You see them. Yeah, something physical. So you're talking about physical, mental, emotional. Yeah, physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. So spiritual being disconnection. Physical being the genealogy that you just put out. Hi. So it's talking about the three picos, yeah? The manava being the connection to Keakua, the past, the na'au, your pico connection, your present, and then your ma'i connection to the future. So we're looking at the physical embodiments of this, yeah? So plants are plants. It's wonderful, you use herbs, you learn about and whatnot. But in reality, what I found out is from the people that I learned from, I had to learn about the person, his life, his understanding, his philosophies, his idea, and our culture. That's what really drives the healing force, yeah? And then that whole belief system on why it is so strong, okay? So I actually did bring a bunch of herbs from Kauai, but as you can see, I didn't bring it on the table. But I want to focus on the understanding and the philosophies, ideas, and the truth about healing. So everybody okay with that? Okay, okay. So this write-up I did, you guys can read through it, look through it. Hopefully it'll help you, yeah. It's just articles. I love to write, I love to read and understand these things. So I was encouraged by Olohe Walker to continue doing this. And I thank him also for being part of this ʻAha, as well as everybody else. This is an incredible opportunity as Kane to come together. Always talking about piko, yeah? So manava, keakua, makua, and this is your future, yeah? So we understand, yeah, the seed of thought on how Hawaiians really think, yeah, is it's really truly from your na'au, yeah? And you gotta remember that things that we did in the past, it's not like today, yeah? When they healed somebody, they didn't go, oh, you broke your arm. The first thought was, did you cause a heva, a hala? Did you sin? Did you do wrong? Did you do someone wrong? Did you offend your aumakua? So in reality, the thinking first was spiritual. Spiritual is very important. That's the only thing that they really looked at, yeah? And then they would find out what's wrong through that, yeah? So spiritual first, yeah? That's the first thing they would do. They would look at diagnosing the person. They would do that. So when the person would come, they would find one kahu. It depends, yeah, because I had all kind of different kahunas, yeah? And believe me, I'm by far no kahuna, yeah? I hold no title, I hold nothing. I don't even call myself a healer, yeah? And, but I just happen to be someone that knows a little bit about these things, yeah? So, I don't want people to misunderstand of what I do, what I point out, yeah? But today we may think of ourselves as this physical being, yeah? With one spirit, yeah? We sit, and the spirit sits within us, yeah? Or the way I look at it is I'm a spirit that just happens to have a physical being. Because in the Hawaiian thought, yeah, we actually have two ʻuhane, two spirits, yeah? You guys understand that part? You guys heard about that before? This thing is called the wailua. We have two spirits. The wailua is the wandering spirit, the ʻuhane hele, the one that goes at night, yeah? The one that travels, the one where you sit, meditate, and you pull it. It goes beyond that, yeah? It goes beyond and goes into this realm. And I'll explain a little bit about that. The other thing that we have is just the ʻuhane that resides within us. This one stays with us, yeah? This is the one that animates us. This is the one that gives us the life. Well, in reality, you need these two spirits, yeah, to be whole. So when you have this wailua that goes out at night, yeah, this wailua goes out at night. When we sleep, yeah, you go through these phases. Hawaiians really understood this well before any Western culture. They understood that there was a phase in the beginning, a phase in the middle, and a phase in the end, okay? So the phases in the beginning and the end is called hihio. This is the phase where you just, you're just falling asleep and you're in these days, and you're really in this place of halfway there, halfway not, yeah? You can still hear voices, yeah? And in sometimes during this phase, you get the ula leo, these voices that call out to you, yeah? Yeah? Ei kaika. Yeah? You get that, And you, oh, who that? Oh, who's calling me, yeah? Okay, so we get these things, yeah? So that's the phase of hihio. Between that, there's akaku. This is, in the Western terms, if you think about it, yeah, you go through maybe 5-7 stages of REM every night, rapid eye movement, deep sleep phase, yeah? So it goes in levels, yeah? You start sleeping, maybe take 40-45 minutes to go up, hit REM, down, go again. You kind of wake up again and you start another phase. Each phase of this gets shorter and shorter as it goes, yeah? I'm not gonna go too technical, but what happens is, at this point in time, you're healing your body, mentally, physically, spiritually, yeah? But this wailua leaves, it goes, yeah? And it goes and, spends time with your family, your amakua, goes out. I mean, you visit places maybe you've never been. And then sometimes you bring back information, yeah? Well, this information, a lot of times is passed to you, yeah? And then these things you gotta start to understand is, a lot of these things were lost, this understanding. Some people pass it off as just dreams, yeah? And today, we don't understand that these dreams for as Hawaiians is important. It's, to me, I mean, if I can share some of the dreams with you, I mean, I'll share maybe a few, but I mean, it's incredible. But you gotta train yourself to go into these phases. The hihio phase is very important, as well as the akaku phase, yeah? Different purposes, but during this time of akaku, the true dreaming, is when this ʻuhanehele goes and comes back and tells you stuff. It just nourishes your body, yeah, with physical, mental, spiritual power. In other words, what? Mana. Yeah. So the waking stages, what we do physically, we go out, we get educated, we do physical work and whatnot, and we do our spiritual thing during the day, yeah? We pule, we pray. But at night, as spiritual people, that ʻuhane never stops working. Okay, you guys understand that? You guys get them? Any questions right now? Oh, too much, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so that's just part of it. We gotta start looking at how we live our life as an Hawaiian. Do you choose your life to live in what world, yeah? And we talk about it. I mean, it said, hey, we choose our life, yeah? Where do we live it? I tend to blur the line a lot, you know, and when, honestly, when my kahu, Ken Kamakea, passed away, there was a time where I couldn't tell what was real and what was not because of the life that I live, yeah? It's like, oh, am I seeing these things or, you know, I mean, is this real? Is this a real experience? Well, I'm here to tell you that these experiences are real because I lived them. I accepted it, yeah? And like he used to say that, you know, sometimes, you know, like you just gotta believe, yeah? Because your na'au, yeah, is what you trust. I know that these experiences that I do, I help people or people come into my life, these are real experiences. No one can tell you that. How many of you guys go fishing? What you guys catch? Papio, ulua, whatever, yeah? That fish is real. To me, there's no difference between that fish you're looking at and the experiences and stuff I see in my life today. There's no difference. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can understand it. Spirituality is very important. Yeah? So these things are real. Trust your na'au, because this is the one that can speak to you. Your lolo, your brain, is the one that can fool you. Yeah? That's the one that can lie, your intellect. Because that's the one that you're going to go, oh man, I don't know if I should do that. Or you know you're supposed to be doing something, right? You go someplace and you go, oh, I know this is wrong, but you're now telling, I know this is wrong, but that's okay, I can get away with it, yeah? I know taking this alcohol is bad for me, for my soul, for my body, but I like feel good. The shortness of time, yeah, the brain fools you. But what fulfills your guys now? Yeah? The spirituality. We gotta start feeling ourselves, our umeke, yeah, with that particular light, yeah? And understand that that's what drives it, yeah? So things like, I always tell the guys I work with, things like alcohol, drugs, all that stuff, you're gonna do this kind of work, gotta be out. Out, 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 out. Why do you think? Anybody, why do you think?
Gotta have clarity.
You gotta have clarity. That stuff just cuts this off instantly. That first drink you take them, what happened to your brain? You start thinking differently. I don't know anybody that, I mean, you look at what those things causes. Hey, those things wreak havoc on our people. Our land was lost, our people was lost, lives were lost, and this still happens today. So as Kane, we got to make a self decision, yeah, a dominant decision upon our body, our kino, that we're going to take our lives back into our hands and make a decision that we're going to be living as Kanaka, as Hawaiians, and that these things are not good for our uhane. Yeah? You guys all understand? You guys knew I was going to talk about these things? Is it okay with you guys? Okay. So these things, to me, inhibits this, yeah? Inhibits this connection that it just gets cut off. Yeah, because if you're going to profess to be Hawaiian, we got to start living as Hawaiians, yeah? And don't get me wrong, get plenty good Western things, get plenty good Japanese, Filipino, Chinese things out there. But we got to start looking. And the whole idea behind that is to be pono. Yeah? What is pono? Anybody? Righteous, yeah? What is pono? Righteous, yeah? Okay, so pono is good. It's a balance, yeah? But when you ho'oponopono, yeah? We got to understand that it's not really like you hear this term, right? Like today's term is conflict resolution, yeah? But what I say, it really is not to do with conflict, yeah? It really has to do with spiritual resolution. Yeah, you guys understand that? Spiritual resolution, because when we think of things, we understand, even when I go into some Ho'oponopono sessions, and I go into some Ho'oponopono sessions where you get 15, 20, 30, 40 people, I've got to make sure I'm clear in my thinking, my body, my spirit, and everything that I do in my life. Because how am I going to act like I'm going to drink, I'm going to do drugs, and I'm going to go and help somebody? What good am I going to do them? But the clarity got to be there between you, the person, my ohana, kia kua, above all. That connection can never be cut, yeah? So, ho'oponopono, yeah? We got to ho'oponopono ourselves, yeah? So we got to make sure we take care of ourselves. We understand that the things, we got to look deeply within our na'au. Within our na'au, that the ego cannot get in the way. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that I see with a lot of people, that the ego, tends to get in the way of what we do. So in other words is, if I'm going to help him, I'm not going to think what I'm going to get out of it. Yeah, it has really nothing to do with me. It has really to do with him. What I'm going to do for him, and how can I help him, yeah? And to ho'oponopono myself and to ho'oponopono him is really, ho'oponopono means, the true really meaning of that is to get him back on course where it's supposed to be, yeah? And where it's supposed to be is a fantastic spiritual life that we need to lead. So ho'oponopono, putting things back on the right course, yeah? On where it's supposed to be, on that right path of what? Being pono. The message I like to get across to you now is ho'oponopono yourselves, yeah? As on Kanaka, as on Hawaiian, as on Kane, make sure what you do at home is pono. Make sure what you do with your significant other is pono. Make sure what you do with your kids is pono. And the guys that I teach, I tell them, the first thing is your family. No, come see me, because you like play, you like throw each other, you like punch each other, you like practice martial arts, you like learn lomi lomi. Hey, that's all good, but if you get something to do at home, you gotta be pono with your family first. And the pono starts here, yeah? Make sure you take care of your kuleana as Kane, yeah? So ho'oponopono, okay? And that's one form of ho'oponopono, yeah? That's just one form. And then get the other forms where you go through this kukuluku mahana session and you go through this other stuff, and that's another form. The other form is, the other form is just standing around and get this other method of ho'oponopono where everybody, the kupuna tell them, put your hand on your piko, press them, and whoever is, get the heava on them, they're going to feel the pain. Yeah? Why is that? Because of this connection, yeah? So that's another form. Get plenty different forms of Ho'oponopono. But I had to share just a little bit of what I know so that these experiences can come to you, yeah? Because right now we're getting one shared experience, yeah? And this is what makes reality real, yeah? When people are here sharing one experience. Because there's no doubt that he gonna see and feel the same things, yeah? But it's the personal interpretation of what's happening, yeah? So if you choose to believe, yeah, in this higher power and understanding, better for you, better for you. You know, we gotta understand how to clear the way, how to clear the path, yeah? And I'm gonna go back to this again, physical, mental, spiritual, yeah? You see the people, that's the physical being, yeah? The mental state is the emotional part, yeah? How many of you are emotional? Hey, something happened, you're like crying, you get mad, you get angry. That's the emotional state, yeah? The spiritual state is above that. When you approach that spiritual state, it's I don't know how to put it. It's hard to describe when you approach that spiritual state, yeah? To me, it's about being pono, yeah? Though you can see, you can understand, you can hear, and you can feel these different things, yeah? But approach it through pule, yeah? And let me see how we should do this. Oh, it's not a hard decision. We're in a room of Hawaiians who put on the table. Go on the table. Head that side, feet that side. Open the door. Just crack the door. Oh, excuse me. I actually did ask for a table, but you know. Head that side, feet this side. You got get your keys. You get wallet. You get money. No. Oh, okay, well, next guy. Take off all physical things. Come on, don't choose the guys with money in their pocket. It's an Hawaiian conference. It's like, how many got scholarships? Everybody. Hey, mahalo kia koa for that. Yeah, we celebrate these things. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this real fast. Yeah, pule. Kaimi, come. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about pule. We're gonna talk about prayer. But before we do that, I'd like you guys understand this. I'm gonna ask this question, right? And for those of you, no give them the answer. No give them the answer. How many senses you guys get? Huh? Okay, very good. I like that answer. What school you went to? Kamehameha. Like I tell people, oh, you can read minds. I said, no, but I know what you're thinking. According to English, Kamehameha man over here, which is right on. My son and my daughter went to Kamehameha. 5, yeah? Other people go 6. Well, in reality, from what I do and I understand and started doing, I think there's about 22 to 24 senses, yeah? And we gotta start understanding this. And remember, yeah, part of it is that spiritual part, right? For example, yeah? You can feel that, yeah? Yeah, you can feel that, yeah? That's the physical part of it, yeah? That's the physical part of it. Now, how do we know that affects him? Yeah? Come. Okay. You guys probably seen this demonstration. Put your arm out. Make them strong as you can. Give me a pen. Give me a wallet. Pause. It's the kind of guys like strong as you can. Okay. Okay. So physical, yeah. Obviously, it's weaker, yeah. I mean, he's strong, yeah. If I keep hitting him, he will get weaker and weaker. If I hit him real hard, even worse. Look, his bone ring. Okay. So it is harder, yeah, after the slap, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I get on pen now. Okay, that's the physical part. Come. Okay, same thing. Right hand out. Just put your right hand out strong. Okay. Now that's the physical. The mental part is I way stronger than him. Doesn't matter what he do. I way stronger than him. Yeah? Okay, that's just mental. But as soon as I tell him, hey, I just was kidding, you stronger.
You said the word.
Yeah, as soon as you lose the power, go strong, strong. He's strong again, okay? Strong again, yeah? So now, physical, mental, in the brain, yeah? And out, right hand. As strong as you can. What happens if you affect them spiritually? Spiritually. Yeah? What happens when you do that? When you use your uhane to overtake the guy. Yeah? Look, weak. Yeah? How you feel?
Just the first word, I just took it out of me.
Yeah? He can feel him leaving. Mm-hmm. And really, I don't need to say nothing. I just, come. Okay, what you felt? Out. Strong. Back. Yeah? You felt that? What you felt?
Just felt, personally, it's already in your mind already. So for me, you already like thought that through, rather than just like the physical part.
Yeah.
So you don't think about it, just kind of react. Yeah.
Physical, mental, spiritual, yeah? So, how many of you guys practice martial arts? How many of you guys go in one of the paths? Anybody? Okay, good, yeah? So they talk about, yeah, and Olohi Waka talks about this, the 3 strikes, physical, mental, spiritual, yeah? But we gotta start learning. We'll talk about protection, remind me if I skip that, I go talk about that, yeah? But right now we're gonna go back. So, physical, mental, spiritual. Keep that in mind. Now, the shared experience, yeah, is, I'd like you to understand, is that go beyond the 5 senses, okay? Because we get on body, but remember, we get on spirit, yeah? How does the spirit feel? We know already, we get this now, we get this connection. We get this. We know that this exists. You guys know that this exists, huh? Yeah? Come. Face that way. Okay? Left hand out. Be as strong as possible. Okay? Yeah? Funny, yeah? You know that I'm putting my hand over your head?
No.
You don't know. Cannot tell. But it's there. Yeah? Hand out. Hand out, hand out, hand out. Okay. It just takes it away. Yeah. So that connection, there's something there. Yeah, that's undeniable. Because you can do this to anybody on hat. Come. And remember, the bald guys get the most mana because it's like one solar. Okay, hand out. Strong. Strong. Hard, yeah? Strong. Look, you get strength. Look, you lose the strength. Strength. So why you guys wear hats? Plus, look at his hair. I would love to show that off. Okay? So we get these things, yeah? We get these things that we got to start understanding as a whole that these things exist. We got to start understanding it. It goes deeper than what we really think. Yeah, and like I always say, what do you really know? Like honestly, what do we really know? There are things out there that I've experienced that I go is like, oh, that was cool, but what do I really know? So let's take this one step further, yeah, and understand that there are things out there that we don't truly know, we don't truly understand. Okay, thanks.
what's done is done. Turn your back on me. Talk about the golden road of opportunity. But the time has come to change the dream. We have tried and lost. Time has come